In this video, I want to do a quick unboxing, demo, and review of the Greenworks 16-inch 60-volt brushless trimmer. Here's a close-up of the battery. It's pretty heavy, and here's the charger. I'm going to go get this charging so I'll be able to use it soon. Alright, here are all the parts together, and now I'm going to follow the instructions and put it together. Also, this screw was loose in the box, so heads up. I think it goes right here, but if you're missing one, definitely check the box, all the folds. So now I'm just going to wait for the battery to charge, and then I'll give it a try on some grass. Alright, the battery is charged. I'm going to start out by doing a quick edge pass on this right here. I let the grass go really long so I can test it like this. So I'm going to walk toward it and show you how it performs. This is on the highest speed, and I'm holding the trigger about 3/4, so it's near the top RPM. Went pretty quick and made a nice clean cut. Now I'm going to demonstrate trimming some tall grass right here and just doing normal weed eating. This definitely has less power than a gas weed eater. I have to run it at the highest speed and RPMs to get the equivalent of my, I don't know, it's maybe 25 or 30 cc weed eater. So I'm going to demonstrate running it at the low speed at max RPM for the first half of this, and then bump it up to the highest speed at max RPMs, and you can see the difference. So big difference between the speeds. I'm definitely going to keep it on the highest speed to make it equivalent to gas. Otherwise, I think it'd be too slow. Unless it's really short grass, I'm going to keep it full throttle. So that's a demonstration of this. And right now I'm about halfway through the battery, and this is a 2.5 amp hour. And right now the weed eater itself is still just slightly above ambient temperature. It's maybe 110 degrees or so. I can still touch it without having to wear gloves. So as far as my experience with the weed eater, I would say it's not at a gas replacement yet. It was definitely bogging down as soon as I hit really thick weeds. And in my experience, my gas weed eater does not. It'll cut right through it, holding the trigger down. At max speed on the second setting and holding the trigger fully down, this would definitely reduce enough where it wasn't cutting them at the same rate. But again, that's only with very overgrown weeds, very tall and thick weeds. So other than that, it was basically the same thing as a gas. And the cutting swath was perfect at 16 inches. And I would definitely basically only use this at the highest speed to move at an acceptable rate, doing edging or general weed eating. The battery, this is a 2.5 amp hour battery, ran down. Once I let it cool down, it's showing just 1 bar left. And that was doing a fairly large front yard So something to consider, that it did almost run out. So you might want to have a spare for that. But again, to charge this is much cheaper to charge this for the same amount of work than to spin the gas. Even if it is just a small amount, it will add up over time. As far as ergonomics, I used the shoulder strap and adjusted it, as well as the handle at the most ergonomic place for my body. The balance felt okay. It just felt kind of awkward. It seems like the trigger is really high up compared to my gas one, so I was having to really bend my my trigger arm when I was edging. It was kind of awkward. I didn't see any really heat or hot parts on the back part, so I don't think there's a risk of getting burned. And I was weed eating when it was over 90 degrees out. It was the mid 90s. The general feel is there's a lot of plastic, which is good because it's definitely lighter than my gas weed eater, but it does feel kind of cheap, and I'd be worried about this guard cracking eventually, so I got to be careful about that. But all in all, I think it was a great buy, and I give it a 4 out of 5 stars. Just like the mower that I got, it's still not at a gas replacement yet, in my opinion, because it just can't deliver the power out of the batteries. Even if they store the same amount of energy, I think being able to release energy at a higher rate would definitely help this out and give it more power. And that's my review of the Greenworks 16-inch 60-volt trimmer. Thanks for watching.